Today, I'm starting out my channel with a new video, GCM PC Tech, with a case review, unboxing and case review. So, without further ado, MasterBox Q300P. It's a new case by CoolerMaster. They are not sponsoring this video. I am doing this on my own, paid for it out of pocket. So that way I can give an objective opinion. I've heard a lot of bad things about some of CoolerMaster's recent cases. Mainly this one here. Seems to be working fine for me, but nevertheless, it got mixed reviews. So I thought, well, I haven't seen anything online about this one, and what the hell, I'll give it a shot. So let's go ahead and unbox this one. Yeah, I got my daughter filming me and she's laughing at me right now. So, luckily that'll get cut out in post-production. So, anyway, let's see. They never make this stuff easy to get into, so here we go. This is my first time opening this, my first time seeing this, other than on the website. And it doesn't want to come out. Because of the freaking handles. My hands get dirty. Haha. There we go. Ta-da! Haha. Alright then. Take off the styrofoam bits. Got your usual. Got your instruction booklet. Don't need that. Warranty information. Don't need that because we're probably going to mod this case, so that voids the warranty. And take off the styrofoam. No collateral damage there, I guess. Anyway, take the plastic off. And voila! Wow, that is cool looking. It's got full RGB on the front. 2 RGB fans in the front with a ring that goes around this way that lights up RGB. Let's take the tape off this bad boy. Take a look inside the case. Jesus, they take the crap out of this thing. Probably not a good idea to peel the plastic until I'm ready to build in it, but doing a case review, so you gotta take the plastic off. Plus, it's so satisfying. There we go on that one. There's the front. I love these handles. Oh, and they're rubber coated too. Sweet. There's the not tempered glass side panel. It is acrylic, so I will leave the main part of the plastic on the plastic panel. And of course they tighten the crap out of the thumb screws for shipping. Getting common anymore. Had the same problem with the MasterBox 5 Lite, or Lite 5, or whatever the hell it is. So, once you get these unscrewed and screwed back in a couple of times, it gets a lot better. There's one screw, and next screw. And because I was an idiot and did the top 2 first, I gotta put my finger here. Otherwise, it is going to drop like that. So, thing I think is cool about this case is the fact that it's got the I/O not on the top or front, but right here on the side, and it is movable. You can either have it here, 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 or here. Why you'd want it back here, I have no idea, but power supply goes in the bottom. There's plenty of ventilation on the bottom. Holy crap, check this out. All kinds of holes in the bottom for ventilation. All along the bottom, all along the front, all along the top. Wow. Check that out. This thing, it looks like it's going to have really awesome airflow. This is cool. Now you can get a better look at the... That seems to surround the entire case. This is a micro ATX form factor, so you can either put a micro ATX or mini ITX. It looks like the... Oh wow, this is reversible. Put it in either way. I think this has got to go... Maybe that... Pop that back on. Oh, okay, that gives you some kind of a filtering that you get filtered airflow. I think I broke it. Well, either way, let's go ahead and leave this panel off. Put that there for safekeeping. Let's take this sucker all the way apart. Looks identical except with the CoolerMaster logo, which is cool. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Scratch the plastic before. And there's your two RGB. Now it looks like airflow optimized fans. And it does not look like it comes with, and it's got your regular baggie of hardware with the nice do not eat silica packet. That goes in the bag. And it looks like, oh, you do get a little controller for the RGB. So if you don't have a motherboard with an onboard RGB header, of course they give you all the little standard tidbits here and there, zip ties. Are you getting this in the shot? Okay, got the zip ties. Oh, you get extra grommets for the side panel, for the clear acrylic side panel. Wow, they give you a bunch too. Cool. Just in case you. And of course your little baggie of screws, your motherboard standoffs, because this does not have. This has two pre-installed there for centering, and then the rest of them get screwed in afterwards, depending on whether you have micro ATX or mini ITX. It looks like you've got space to be able to put, let's take the, that's right, it's got this panel that, oh that's right, I forgot, because you can either have it oriented like this, or like this, because it's got rubber feet attached to the screws holding this panel on. So let's take this panel off and see what we got for cable management. Wow, those are long screws. Anyway, let's see. These are not technically thumb screws, so I don't think you can really do too much with tightening them down super tight. Otherwise the little rubber parts are going to end up just spinning like crazy, so anyway. Alright. Now comes the side panel. Looks like you can very easily put some sound deadening material on that if you want to add to sound deadening. Get, cut down on the sound of this thing. Ah, look at that. An SSD or hard drive. Oh wow, you can put the hard drive or the SSD on the back. I believe that's a captive thumb screw, but again, with everything else, they tighten the crap out of it for shipping. So, yep, you can either put a, now it says HDD on it, so it looks like it's probably just for the hard drive. But I'm sure. Oh, you know what? I wonder. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where the heck the damn SSD is supposed to go. I guess you could put it on the hard drive tray if need be, if you like mounted it like this. So, but yeah, you got the RGB controller, control the RGB fans, and of course you got the, does not have a standard proprietary fan hookup for the, you got your USB 3.0 plug, and your HD audio, Molex connector for the RGB. I'm assuming that way you can hit the reset button to cycle through all the colors, or use the included RGB controller, which just basically a one button RGB controller. Looks like you can hook up the reset switch to it, so that way you could use the reset switch with this controller to cycle through the lighting options, but my recommendation is get a motherboard with an RGB header, and you can skip this. So it comes with, like I said, the two fans on the front, one fan on the back. It does look like a pretty decent fan, but I've had other CoolerMaster fans that kind of suck as far as, you know, included case fans. So let's hope that's not the case with the included RGB. But other than that, that's pretty much your overview. Looks like the looks like the expansion bay slots, almost forgot to mention this, looks like they are the breakout kind, but once you do get those broke out for whatever ones you are going to need, it looks like in order to fasten your graphics card, if you so decide to put one in, is tricky son of a gun. Okay, remove that plate, and that allows you to put the screws in, and then you just put that back on, put that back together like that, and voila, screw it down. Any graphics cards or whatever expansion slots you need to populate are all secure. So, nice big hole right here in the motherboard tray for being able to swap out CPU coolers without having to take the motherboard completely out. So, that is nice. Looks like it'll be easy to put the power supply in. Looks like it's going to be fairly easy to build in. Set it down like this, and yeah, looks like it's going to be very nice to, very easy to build in. I've got plenty of cable management room back here as well, by the way. Got probably about, say about an inch of clearance. So you got plenty of room for cable management. Plus, almost forgot again, gotta give me some slack, I'm new at this. But it looks like one gigantic filter, dust filter on the bottom that is held in with all these little nubbin things. So, looks like it's pretty easy to change that out so you can actually, there is no filter on the top, but then again you've got these little things here. They've got filters on, or dust filters on them, so that take care of the front and the back, or front and the top. So it looks like this is going to have very nice airflow. So, and it looks like as far as disabling the built-in RGB, oh, it comes with a splitter. Oh, isn't that cool? Alright, got your two connections going to the front fans. You got your one that goes to either the motherboard or to your RGB controller. And this is something else that's key. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little arrow on that. And there's a little arrow on here. You have to line those arrows up, otherwise you are going to fry everything when you go to power it up. So, and it just plugs in like that. And this goes into your SATA power connector. Thank God they got away from Molex, even though you got a Molex connector here. That looks like for fan power. If you want to run fan power direct off your power supply, not off your motherboard, I don't recommend that. If you've got loud fans, that's going to make them even louder. But yeah, other than that, basically it just looks like on, off, and then use the reset switch to cycle through the colors. Again, I recommend going with the motherboard, using your whatever lighting software you have. But that's it. That's the MasterBox Q300P from CoolerMaster. It's about as in-depth a look as I can give right now because I did not script this. I'm just doing this off the cuff. And that's why I plan on doing everything on my channel from here on out. I'm going to do some editing on the videos, but everything's not scripted and it's off the cuff. So